and gentlemen.
First is the speech by the High Commissioner of India, His Excellency Mr. D.M. Mulay. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome His Excellency Mr. D.M. Mulay.
The chief guest of this evening, Dr. Samad Abdullah Samad, His Excellency the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Maldives, members of Parliament, members of the international community and international organizations, the Governor of Maldives Monetary Authority, distinguished guests from independent institutions and commissions, media persons, my fellow brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar and good evening. Let me extend a very, very hearty welcome to all of you on 64th Republic Day of India, or 63rd anniversary of Republic of India. It's a great day for all of us. I also welcome you all. I also congratulate all the Indians working in Maldives, especially those who are in jails, especially those construction laborers and workers who are spread across the country, especially the doctors, nurses, and teachers who are trying to serve and build bridges between our two countries. For all of us, it's a very auspicious day. My special greeting also to our Maldivian brothers and sisters who have been great friends of India. 64 years of Republic. It's interesting to look back. The independence of India itself in 1947 came after a long and arduous struggle for decades by thousands of Indians, actually millions of Indians. But it was led by visionaries like Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, Vallabhbhai Patel, and many others. On 15th of August 1947, India became independent. But prior to that and subsequent to that, the Constituent Assembly of India, as well as hundreds of people and experts, they worked very hard to create what we know as the longest written constitution in the world. The Constitution is a unique document. It blends in a very contemporary manner the ancient heritage of India and the contemporary thought that encompasses contemporary thoughts as well as values of the world that encompass all of us. The Constitution guarantees, assures, promises justice, social, economic, and political. Even today, after 64 years, 63 years, we continue to take our inspiration from our Constitution. Lot has been done, but a lot also needs to be done. Since independence, India has made great strides. Our immediate challenges were the abject poverty, inequality, exploitation. We did some really hard work. Today, India is recognized in the Committee of Nations as an important power, important nation. Whether it is agricultural production, whether it is industrial production, whether it is manufacturing sector, there is a certain infrastructure that we have been able to build in our country. So far as food is concerned, India has been self-reliant for last 3 decades or so. We have brought what we call Green Revolution and subsequently White Revolution, which symbolizes self-sufficiency in food production and self-sufficiency in milk production. Considering the huge population, huge and growing population, perhaps we need one more revolution. It could be, once again, a green revolution. India can become the grain store of world. India can become an agricultural power in addition to what we know as its pursuit of science and technology. Today, India, some people refer to India also as a IT superpower. But despite all this, we do have huge challenges ahead of us. There are vestiges of inequality and poverty. There are issues like unemployment and exploitation. We will continue to fight these vestiges of evils that we face in our country. Empowerment of women is another issue that has recently engaged the entire nation. There was a rape in New Delhi, and the nationwide outrage was there. We saw spontaneous outrage coming from all quarters. We're fortunate enough that this movement ultimately led to what we call Verma Commission, which in a month's record time, consulted hundreds of people both in India and abroad, and has brought out some outstanding recommendations for further empowerment of women and also to fight the atrocities and injustices committed on women. This is how we progress, we tackle the issue in a democratic manner. Ladies and gentlemen, our relations with our neighbors is our priority. We believe in peaceful coexistence. With Maldives, we have very, very special relationship. It goes more than 2.5 millennia back when the Emperor Ashoka, in fact, before that, when some of the first inhabitants of this country were known as Giravaru people, came from the coastal India. Ashoka sent his messengers of peace and prosperity to this country. In the more recent times, particularly after 1965, when Maldives became independent, India was among the first countries to recognize this country and establish diplomatic relations. 70s saw the first major development of Air India having started its connectivity. Some of you old-timers, people like Bandhu Salim, would recognize and remember what was being called as Bombay Line or Bombay Communication Line. That was the only communication line that existed between Maldives and the outside world for a very long time. SBI, State Bank of India, is another benchmark, an institution that not only brought banking to Maldives, but also played a major role in project financing in this country. In recent times, through IGMH, another brand, which is a household brand in Maldives, was created. A few years back, we handed over an institution called Maldives Institute of Technical Education. It's now known as Maldives Polytechnic. I'm glad also to announce that in a few months' time, another 8-story building, a most modern state-of-art building for the hospitality and tourism faculty, will be handed over to the government of Maldives. I actually cannot mention all the aspects and facets of our cooperation because they are so encompassing. They encompass everybody from the topmost to the bottommost. We're happy that it's a common man. It's the people from middle and lower strata who go to India primarily for health sector cooperation, health facilities. Our teachers and doctors are working in remote places. Nurses, construction laborers are trying to do their own bit in Maldives. We have excellent relations, and I have absolutely no doubt that the threads that have woven our countries together will not only last, they will get strengthened in times to come. Maldives has seen particularly 2012 as a very challenging year. It's been difficult year even for friends of Maldives, not only for Maldives, but friends of Maldives also. We as a country, as a closest neighbor, brotherly country, we wish for a very prosperous, happy, and peaceful Maldives. We are acutely aware that the peace and security of Maldives is very, very important to peace of India. India, therefore, is committed in every possible manner to strengthen these relations as much as possible in future.